brought in by Gordon Brown. We're not backing off that. In fact, we're expanding it and making sure that more people claim it. And what I'm saying to everyone who emails me, and there are lots of them who do email me, and I totally understand their anxiety about it, is to say, look, let's see if we can help you. Let's see if you qualify. And if you don't qualify,
the vote?
Well, the opposition front bench, or the Conservative front bench, has tabled a regret. I share a lot of what Ros is arguing, and the reason why I won't support a fake. But saying that, and by that what I mean in terms of unconstitutional, is that I expect by the time we get to vote for it, the Commons will have passed it. But I do. It's not something that is featured in a budget that they're then subsequently that. Whilst the Conservative Party lost good and proper at the general election and 20% of the electorate, and for them now to be taking steps like Chancellor is claiming that she's going to gain by removing this winter fuel payment.
But as the government says, Tina, these are difficult and unpopular decisions. They know many people won't agree with them. But as Paul said,
sort of black hole they keep talking about, and let's not forget that a lot of this black hole is also caused by their decision, their choice to often those will be over 75 and into their 80s who will have lived through the 70s, struggled throughout the 70s and endured a lot of hardship then without...
In terms of the Treasury's total spend on pensioner benefits, do you think this is the right fight to be having?
For a second, and you go back to why did Labour introduce the winter? When you looked at a flat cash, flat tested, when you look at in fuel poverty, and so the question is, how do you tackle that issue of fuel poverty? Now, some of that money to Rod Stewart and Tony Blair, when actually we've got children and families who...
The IFS and the OBR have both said that the inheritance...
The welfare reforms. Considering the size of the welfare bill today, I mean, this row over winter fuel payments.
But our job is to work with ministers to make sure we get the best deal for everyone, whether that's pensioners or...
As a slight sort of sop to, people complaining about what the poorest are going to do. That's a fund that helps people pay for essentials like clothing.
Benefits more generally, that goodwill won't last very long.
You represent public sector staff as a new government. What does that mean?
In terms of the claims that we have made to pay claims that we have better than I would imagine, there will be a fairly quick coordination amongst the unions about have tried to claim, but in fact, look, keeps that down.
We can see that already the CCS union, Lucy, a clear sense there from one trade union leader that the movement now expects Labour...
For this legislation that Starmer has promised in his first 100 days, there are some whispers that he still might try and...
We're expecting the deadline of which may or may not slip, as Lucy said. Do you support that package of workers?